What if everything you believe about aging, wrinkles, weakness, fading relevance is built on a myth you absorbed decades ago without ever questioning it? For people over 60, especially those who grew up watching the heartthrobs of the 60s, 70s, and 80s dominate movie screens and magazine covers, there's a quiet assumption time eventually levels everyone the same way. But when you look at these icons today, in 2025, something doesn't add up. Some look dramatically older than expected. Others look shockingly strong, sharp, and alive. The mystery is genetics alone. The clues are scattered across decades, hidden in choices made long before gray hair ever appeared. Science has been trying to explain visible aging for over a century. In the early 1900s, researchers believed aging was simply wear and tear. By the 1950s and 60s, the same era, these heartthrobs rose to fame. Scientists like Dr. Denham Harman introduced the free radical theory of aging. The idea was radical at the time. Aging wasn't random, it followed patterns. What most people didn't realize is that those patterns begin far earlier than retirement age. The faces we see today in 2025 are the final chapter of stories that started in youth. The origins of the issue begin in early adulthood, when fame, stress, and lifestyle collide. Many heartthrobs of the 60s, 80s lived under relentless pressure toward schedules, filming demands, public scrutiny. American longitudinal studies now show that chronic stress in your 20s and 30s permanently alters cortisol regulation. The cause is sustained stress exposure. The effect is accelerated cellular aging. Telomere studies from U.S. cohorts reveal that individuals with high stress in early adulthood can show biological aging equivalent to an extra 7 to 10 years by midlife. At the time, no one noticed. The damage was invisible. Changes start quietly in the 40s. This is when the public image still looks intact, but internal systems begin shifting. Muscle mass declines by about 1% per year after 40. Metabolism slows. Recovery takes longer. Many celebrities tried to fix this phase with extreme diets, punishing workouts, or cosmetic shortcuts. The cause was fear of decline. The effect was often inflammation, joint damage, and hormonal imbalance. American health surveys show that men and women who chase appearance over function in midlife have higher rates of chronic pain and cardiovascular issues later. The warning signs were there, but they were easy to ignore under bright lights. The shift after 65 is where the divide becomes impossible to miss. This is the age when lifestyle choices finally show their full consequences. Some former heartthrobs appear frail, withdrawn, or medically burdened. Others look steady, engaged, and mentally sharp. According to the National Institute on Aging, functional ability after 65 is less about genetics and more about cumulative behavior. The cause is decades of small decisions. The effect is visible aging that shocks audiences in 2025. The mystery deepens. Why did some adapt while others declined rapidly? Then comes the breaking point, the moment the public notices. A rare interview, a candid photo, a reunion appearance. This is when viewers say, "I can't believe how different they look." But the real breaking point happened years earlier, often triggered by illness, injury, or loss of routine. Data from the Health and Retirement Study shows that a single major health event after 70 doubles the risk of long-term decline. For those without strong physical and social foundations, recovery never fully happens. The cause is lack of resilience. The effect is sudden visible aging that seems to appear overnight. The fallout affects more than appearance. Health struggles strain finances, medical costs rise. Independence shrinks, lifestyle narrows. Many older Americans and former celebrities are no exception, face isolation after their peak years pass. U.S. surveys consistently link social isolation after 65 with a 26% higher risk of premature death. The cause is disconnection. The effect is accelerated decline that no cosmetic treatment can hide. This leads to the failed fixes seniors try because of old advice. Slow down, rest more, avoid exertion, These messages were common for decades, but modern gerontology shows the opposite. Excessive rest accelerates muscle loss and cognitive decline. Over-reliance on cosmetic procedures without addressing sleep, strength, and purpose often backfires. The cause is outdated guidance. The effect is disappointment and confusion when nothing seems to work. When you compare the heartthrobs of the past in 2025, the pattern becomes clear and deeply relevant today. Those who maintained movement, adapted routines, protected mental health, and preserved purpose aged differently. Those who chased youth or surrendered to decline followed a harsher path. This pattern repeats across millions of Americans, not just celebrities. The faces may be famous, but the biology is universal. So, what can people over 60 do right now? First, prioritize strength over appearance. Resistance training after 60 is strongly linked to lower mortality and better independence. Second, protect social structure. Regular connection is as critical as diet or exercise. Third, reduce chronic stress intentionally. Sleep quality, routine, and boundaries matter more than intensity. Here is the clear warning based on evidence. Trying to look young without supporting your body's function increases the risk of faster physical and cognitive decline. And here's the open thought to sit with. If aging is the final reveal of decades-long habits, what choices made today will your future face be showing? If you want to understand why some people in their 70s and 80s look more alive than they did at 50 and how that is scientifically possible, subscribe now. The next chapter explores the overlooked behaviors that quietly reverse visible aging long after most people think it is too late.